Happy birthday to Lolo Jones. She just turned 40 years old, her birthday August 5th, but she's not that happy. That's because she's been hit with the realization that she's 40 years old, she's alone, no man and family, and of course, she's a highly accomplished woman. She won 3 NCAA titles and garnered 11 All-American honors while at Louisiana State University, shout out to LSU. Lolo is also a world champion, a track star in great shape, which I also believed helped her tremendously in her IVF process. Lolo made the news right before her 40th birthday, national headlines after she shared her IVF story on social media. I mean crying, really crying, being very open with all the modern women watching her about what it feels like to be 40 years old and just realizing that you prioritize your career for 15, 20 years. You've done all you could do there, but you look up and realize that you're out of time. You got doctors telling you the biological clock is done ticking. It's stopped and you got to do something drastic now. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and don't forget to click that notification bell for all updates. So page 6, they highlighted Lolo Jones in her IVF story. The headline, Olympian Lolo Jones on why she's decided to start IVF. Quoting the track star saying, "I'm running out of time." They wrote, Olympic hurdler and bobsledder Lolo Jones revealed she's starting her IVF journey as she fears that time is running out for her to have a family. The Team USA athlete has been open and candid about her quest for a family, and she's bringing her goal to fruition as she kickstarts the egg retrieval process. The 39-year-old took to Instagram on Wednesday to share a tearful video with fans, revealing her dream of having a family of her own. Terrified, 15 days before I turn 40, Jones captioned her Instagram post. Nothing has scared me more than feeling like I'm running out of time to have a family. Jones says she initially wanted to freeze her eggs when she was in her early 30s. I just kept thinking I will meet my husband and things will all work out, she explained. Adding, well, here I am almost 10 years later and it hasn't. Wiping away tears, Jones encouraged women to start their research into freezing their eggs earlier than she did. She said you can be 35 years old and have the egg count of someone who is 25, or you can be 25 years old and already losing your eggs at a high rate, she said. If you know you want to start a family, but just can't do it now, maybe your career reasons, or you don't have a husband, look into freezing your eggs, she added. In May, Jones revealed the constant abuse she faces online from men who tease her about her decision to abstain from sex until marriage. Jones also revealed she recently cut ties with a man that she had recently been talking to for 8 months. Oh, you gotta love these feminist writers, right? They're all over the media, by the way. This just had to be men's fault. She's a victim and she's crying and let's just blame men. Moving right along. My heart just couldn't take it anymore, Jones wrote in her post. He gave me so many mixed signals. He will talk about marriage and kids, but then keep me in the friend zone. He would never take time to see me. My heart is so heavy. Jones went on to say that she's so exhausted by her dating life and has prayed for years with many tears for God, please to allow me to find my husband. I even prayed if God didn't want me to be married to remove the desire from my heart. But as the years grow, I want to be married more and desire badly to have a family of my own. And I just keep getting my heart broke, Jones wrote. I get teased all the time because I won't have premarital sex. So they went back to a couple of months ago, whenever she broke up with the guy that she was talking to for 8 months. You know, she's just this big victim. And now she's out telling women, don't wait until you're 40 to start the IVF process. That's her message. When you would think her message will be, don't be a strong, independent woman like me and think that you can only prioritize your career in your 20s and 30s, and then a man is supposed to magically appear whenever you're ready. How about tell women, don't wait until you're 40 to realize you need a man? She said if God didn't want her to have a husband, he should take her desires away to have a husband. Lolo, stop putting this on God. I'm assuming that she's not having relations for religious reasons. Then you would know that God wanted you to be married. But are you the wife that God said he wanted you to be? It's in the same book where he told you not to have relations before marriage. She's like a lot of modern women, these evil rebels. They pick and choose what they want to follow. They switch words around. They do all of that while also claiming they're loyal. And then you have the media. They're forever highlighting these women as if somebody's doing something to them. She's so heartbroken. It's very simple. The last man kept you in the friend zone because he didn't want you. No different from women who keep men in the friend zone who they don't like. And they may like them a little bit, but they don't like them like that. Remember this one from the Steve Harvey show? In that video I covered before, she had a man in the friend zone for 7 years. She didn't want anything to do with him, but after he hooked up with her friend, she was all of a sudden interested. See, when men get friend zoned, they can't come online crying about it and have people feeling sorry for them because no one cares. Get over yourself. If that man that you wanted put you in the friend zone, although he said he wanted marriage and kids, well, he didn't want marriage and kids with you. That's it. You didn't check off the boxes for him. Like how all the men pursuing you, they don't check off the boxes for you. Same concept. She said the dating process is exhausting. Sure it is. I definitely wouldn't want to be like these women at all. I'll tell anybody I'm happy to have my man. But modern women, they're fine with rejection until they're the ones being rejected. Women can literally X out 5 men, 10 men, 50 men at a time. But when the one man they're interested in, give them the X, they gotta go online getting emotional and all of us gotta feel sorry for them. No, that's just not how this works. Men approach Lolo. They've been approaching her for over 20 years. The real reason why she ended up in the position that she found herself in today is because, for one, she kept thinking that she had more time. Feminism taught her that she could be independent and exist without a man until she feels like being with one. And whenever she's ready for the man of her dreams, he's gonna somehow be there waiting on her. She thought she was the gold medal, oblivious to the fact that the men she's most likely interested in, he has a bunch of gold medals waiting around for him. She's not the only option. And then most of the guys at this point who will put up with all these habits from an independent 40-year-old grown woman that's been living alone for all these years, those guys are totally invisible to her. They're not what she's looking for. I think Lolo, she's gonna have to take inventory and get real about what she's looking for versus what's available to her and what she's qualified for. Come to some sort of middle ground. But at the end of the day, she's got to be what a man is looking for. Running track and all that is cool, but running track doesn't make you qualified to be a wife. And she's not the only one, so it's not just about Lolo. There are a lot of modern women experiencing this. They may be good at their job or their business. They may be a decent friend, but they're not a good mate. They're just not wife material. They may even be a great person. Yeah, when they're alone and independent, but how is it like being in a relationship with you? Can anybody stand you more than a couple of hours? Or minutes? Modern women spend a lot of time on plastic surgery, Botox, and all that stuff as they age, trying to reverse the clock and keep up with the younger women. But what inner work are you doing? I also recognize it's really hard to change a 40-year-old woman. I would say it's impossible. So at this point, whatever is wrong with this lady on the inside, the man is going to take it or leave it, because you're not going to mold stale bread. You're not going to change this woman. From my understanding, she's a virgin. Her best choice will be a man with the same discipline and faith as her, but I do see why it's hard, because that man may not have the other attributes that she's looking for. For instance, if you're looking for a rich version that's also attractive, like, come on, some things don't make sense, which is why she really has to look into her requirements, see where she could be honest with herself and pull back on some things. And then you also have to keep in mind, when she's able to lay her eyes on the guy that will meet her requirements, well, now it's time for her to meet his. Are you crazy? Are you pleasant to be around? You have the traditions of no relations without a husband, but are you really traditional? A traditional man is going to want a traditional feminist submissive woman. Are you really feminine? Are you really submissive? Or are you just a woman? Real feminist submissive women, they don't have a problem with getting a man they want. And then a traditional man, he don't want some feminist who just put her career above a man for 20 years. You see, it's all got to add up. A real traditional woman would have prioritized having a man, having a husband at least 15 years ago. I remember a long time ago, she met Russell Wilson. This was before he got with Sierra. And back then I was thinking, okay, this makes sense. But hey, people make decisions. I wish Lolo the best, but this video is less about Lolo and more for the modern women watching this video, especially the young ladies. Lolo is telling the truth. She's not happy. I know the feminists out there, they try to tell her that she didn't need a man and she was strong and independent and she'll be fine, but now she's realizing that all that rhetoric, well, it was all a lie. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started below. She complained about being in the friend zone. Why is it that women are easily able to reject men and put them in the friend zone, but they can't handle rejection themselves? Special thank you to our sister Tatiana. I appreciate you, Tatiana, for supporting the channel. Want to see more content like this? You can support the channel too. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.